welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about Vanilla by
Billy
Merrell. Okay, so this is a book in verse about Vanilla and Hunter, who are boyfriends, and kind of the trajectory of their relationship to the point that now Hunter's ready to kind of kick it up a notch and, get sexy. And Vanilla's like, I don't think so. I'm not ready for that yet. And it's just kind of this Vanilla's personal process of coming to the conclusion. This isn't a spoiler. Coming to the conclusion that he's asexual. I mean, because I feel like this book is being touted as a book about asexuality.
I think if you read any reviews of this book, you know that. It's the immediate thing that's coming out.
So I'm not spoiling it. Darn it.
Right. Yeah.
Because it's really just kind of, essentially it's really, though, in general, a book about coming to terms with your own identity and kind of looking at what society deems as worthy and then kind of really finding your own definition of it and kind of working past that ridiculousness.
And before we talk, I got the ARC at a Book Buzz conference.
And I got one from our collection development. Is that what Mary is?
Yes.
Our collection development specialist. She's awesome. She's cool.
She is. She shares. But I thought it was interesting. I thought that I liked the way they did the asexuality in this book. We read Tash Loves Tolstoy, and it just didn't work for me. And there's been a lot of controversy about this book because a lot of people are saying that they felt that it felt aphobic. But I was reading reviews on Goodreads, and there were at least 4 or 5 of them that were people who said they were asexual, and they said that it felt honest, and they would know better than me.
I felt like it felt very real in that I don't believe there's a lot of kind of vocabulary that's being tossed around about being asexual. So, it's hard for Vanilla to even know that that's what's going on in his life because you don't have kind of that vocabulary because it's not something that we talk about. We're talking more and more about kind of the LGBT kind of identities, but you really don't, there isn't as much out there about kind of being genderqueer, gender fluid, being asexual. All of these different things that are going on. So I think I was really frustrated with the fact that he didn't know what was going on. It was right. I could feel Hunter's frustrations with Vanilla because it's come on, you
right.
figure it out. But honestly though, he wouldn't have had he doesn't have the vocabulary for it, and that I think is honest.
Yes. I felt like Hunter came off as unsympathetic though. I was just at one point, the whole book up until the very end, I was like, well, he's kind of a jerk.
He is kind of a jerk, but I can understand why he acts the way that he does. I don't know. It was that was hard.
I think I would have connected more with Hunter if it wasn't a book in verse, or if how sometimes Vanilla could have been in verse and Hunter would have been in just regular prose. I think that would have worked better for me.
See, but Hunter would never. I don't think he. Couple things. I don't think Hunter would ever have been told in
Well, he was the one that was actually writing poetry.
He would be writing poetry no matter how this book was put out. But I do like how Billy Merrell created the poems. I enjoyed that. I don't think I lost anything because of the verse. And I like the way he kind of played with form.
I did like the way he played with form.
I
always think it's interesting.
I liked it.
Because not everybody who does books in verse actually, you can tell, puts thoughts into the formatting. And there was definitely, he put thought into the formatting of what the poems looked like, not just what they said.
I don't know. I felt like he knew what he was doing as far as the verse goes.
The other thing that I found slightly frustrating, and it's not towards the book, I think it's just towards books in general, is that there's a lot of stuff going on here. There's the asexuality and the homosexuality and the gender fluid person. And I feel that you see that in a lot of books like this.
Where they just throw everything together. When it doesn't really look like that in real life. It's not these pockets of people.
But I don't think, we were talking about this, I don't think that it's anything that you can blame on the book. I think it's that we need more books about this.
Right.
And so then the authors don't feel like they need to put everything in
they have to discuss everything at once. I can definitely see myself giving this to people.
I'm sure.
Think that it's a very important, it's important to kind of to the conversation, and hopefully it will kind of start bringing this type of vocabulary into everyday usage so that it isn't as confusing. I mean, I feel like this book represents kind of what's on the cutting edge of what it was like to talk about sex back when birth control first kind of started coming out. So I feel like it may be may feel a little rough, but I think that's because it speaks to the fact that it's one of the first of its time.
It's kind of like Forever.
Yeah, it felt very Forever to me.
Yeah. So we should rate it.
All right, so we are good to go. The rating starts at 5 unicorns, comes down to 2 unicorns, and if it was sucktacular, it is a horse and does not deserve a horn.
I'm giving it a 3. It's like almost a 3.5 for me, and I think part of it is I'm just not wild about books in verse, but I liked what he was saying.
I'm going back and forth. I think I'm also going to give it a 3 because I just don't think it knocked it out of the park enough. Like, I don't think there was enough. I don't think there was enough there for it to be a 4, but it's not that the verse. I don't know. I just wish there was.
It's
more
just not quite a 4.
Like, I just wish there was more kind of conclusion between the two main characters, which you wouldn't find in real life. But
we're reading a book, so we want it.
I'm rating it, so whatever.
So that's where we are on Vanilla by Billy Merrell. Merrell?
Merrell?
It's M-E-R.
I said Merrell. I don't know.
Merrell,
I could be wrong. It looks
Sorry.
like Merrell to me. So, all right. See you.
Bye.